Humm, baby.
Enjoy this great game.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Humm Baby Baseball channel. This is Eric, and today it is time to preview the 2022 World Series. We have our matchup, and this entire postseason has been extremely entertaining, extremely phenomenal, a lot of fun. We have had upsets, we've had crazy games, we've had extreme extra innings games, lots of rain delays. The Yankees, unfortunately, have just had a lot of problems, and they just got swept by the Astros. The Astros are going to the World Series again, back-to-back AL champs. That game last night was extremely crazy, back and forth, back and forth. Unfortunately, Nestor Cortez had to come out early with a little bit of an injury. The Yankees make a critical error, and the Astros take advantage. Also, some key hits with a big home run by Jeremy Pena. And all in all, you have to say this Astros team looks unstoppable. They have not been defeated this entire postseason run, and they are looking to take down a National League team that barely got into the playoffs. And this is the interesting thing about the matchup. You have one team like the Astros, who were number one seed, best record, I believe, undefeated in the playoffs. They just look like it's destined that they're going to win it all. But then you have a Phillies team that limped into the playoffs. In fact, they almost lost their playoff spot. They went into a little slump towards the end of the year, almost lost a playoff spot to the Brewers, but they ended up getting it. And now they've been able to win every series, including taking out the Padres, who took out the Dodgers. And the Phillies are going to the World Series, and they are hot right now. Obviously, so are the Astros, but this makes for a really interesting matchup. And the World Series will start on Friday. I'll give you my predictions. Not that it really matters, because all of my original predictions are pretty much all wrong. I had the Blue Jays and Cardinals in the World Series. They both got eliminated way back in the wild card round. So obviously, I was not even close. That being said, I'll still give you my thoughts on this World Series. I want to get yours down below in that comment section. Let me know who you got, who you think is going to win, how many games is it going to go. And if the old adage is true that pitching wins in the playoffs, then the Phillies are in deep shit. Because the Astros got Justin Verlander, Framber Valdez, who, I mean, both of them are frontline starters, and Justin Verlander, despite his age, is just pitching like he is absolutely in his prime. And then you have Christian Javier, Lance McCullers Jr., who are almost as good and would be number 1 and 2 starters for many, many teams. And after that, you have a bullpen that is stacked with Rafael Montero. You have Ryan Presley. You have Hunter Brown. You have a lot of really good relief pitchers. And that's not to say that the Phillies don't have pitching. We're going to get to that. But this pitching staff has just dominated everyone. And even when they have kind of struggled a little here and there, the offense always picks it up. And not just the big key names. Of course, Alex Bregman has been ridiculous, but guys like Jeremy Pena and guys who you may not expect to do big things like Chas McCormick, Martin Maldonado, of course, Yuli Gurriel. So the bigger names like Jose Altuve and Yordan Alvarez haven't been hot yet, but they're going to heat up at some point too, I would assume. So it's a really, look, I mean, the Astros pretty much have a full team. And I see, you know, everyone who's saying, dude, the Astros are going to win it all. I get it. How could I pick the Astros to lose? Well, it is baseball, and you never know. And that's the thing about it. I don't like to just pick the favorites. But in this particular case, it is really tough to pick against the Astros. But I think if there's one team in this entire playoff run that has a chance to actually do something against that rotation and that bullpen, it would be the Phillies. Kyle Schwarber, Rhys Hoskins, JT Realmuto, and Bryce Harper is an extremely intimidating middle of the lineup. These are guys that are going to work the count and wait for their pitch. If they don't get their pitch, they won't swing at it. And when a mistake is made, they tend to absolutely demolish it. And let's not forget about their pitching, because Zach Wheeler has been dominant lately. Aaron Nola has also been fantastic. And the Phillies bullpen, which in the last 3, 4, 5 years has just had a reputation of being god awful and embarrassing. That's not really the case anymore. I don't think their bullpen is as strong as the Astros bullpen, but there are some names like Dominguez, Jose Alvarado. You have David Robertson, Ranger Suarez as well. Connor Brogdon's a guy I've liked for a long time. And, these guys are good arms. I don't think they're quite, like I said, as dominant as some of the Astros options. And maybe their bullpen doesn't go quite as deep. Maybe the rotation doesn't go quite as deep. And the offense, that's arguable too. Which offense is stronger? Some would say the Astros offense is even better. Some would say the Astros are better in every aspect. And on paper, I can't really argue that. I can't really argue that on paper the Astros are definitely the better team. But this could be one of those deals where we've seen it happen time and time again. If you just pay attention to history, you can't just assume the better team is going to always win, or the better team on paper, or you think is the better team on paper. We see these teams get hot, underdogs, and I, as a Giants fan, I know Giants were not favorites to win in any series in 10, 12, or 14. And that was a lot of series, including wild card games, including everything that they did during that run. They were never favorites, and they won every single series until they finally lost to the Cubs in 2016. So you don't want to count anyone out. Don't assume anything. I think just the fact that the Astros have won every game, I find it unlikely that they're going to go ahead and keep doing that and just sweep the Phillies. If so, it would be an all-time postseason run for sure. I do remember that the Royals were also undefeated going into the 2014 World Series, and as a Giants fan being told, dude, you guys are done. You're finished. You're not going to win this year. You barely made the playoffs, and you're taking on a Royals team that's completely undefeated. So massive comparisons there. Isn't that insane? Same situation. An American League team goes in undefeated, one of the better teams in the game. Everyone says they're going to have no problems against a team that barely snuck into the playoffs and is a wild card team. Yet in 2014, the Giants won the series in 7 games. It was not easy. So I kind of have a feeling this is going to be a similar situation. It's going to go deep, 6 or 7. In fact, I'll say it goes 7, but I am going to say the Houston Astros, that there's just too much there, and the Astros will end up winning this. I think it's going to be a really good World Series. I don't think it's going to be a sweep or a 5-game. It might be. And if so, Astros are going to go down as one of the best teams of all time, as 2022 Astros team, if they sweep the entire playoffs, let's be honest. But I'm going to say the Astros take it in 7. Let me know what you guys think down below, though. This was going to be a really fun one, and I'm really looking forward to it. So let me know what you guys think down below, who you got, how many games. Let's see who gets it right. I got the Astros in 7, but if you're a Phillies fan, don't pay no attention to no predictions, because trust me, I know, and most baseball fans should know, that anything can happen in this game. That's why this game is great. You play to win the game. Thank you guys so much. Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, and we'll talk to you next time.